nose, be my dealing dog. Make buckets that bang to the ceiling floor. But you better really think twice before you get it.
Which way you wanna go? How you feeling, dog? I be in the woods, poking nose, be my dealing dogs. I'ma bring the ruckus, let it bang to the ceiling floor. Brothers better really think twice before they get involved. I'm a G, I duck from nobody. Who you kidding, dog? I'ma throw it up, that bird gang. I be dripping, dog. Fighting cases, federal indictments. How we living, dog? From the hood to the woods, this lifestyle is different, dog. These cats pillow talk with they bras, knowing they messed up. Depending on the info, you get slugs from the neck up. Treat them like doctor visits when they getting they check up. I got the prescription with hollow tips cutting they breath up. The complications is caused from lack of tracing for boss. You ain't no soldier, you don't follow through, but you quick to abort. Cats is infiltrating a few attempts they've been creating. It's really just them hating they females I'm penetrating. I don't take it personal, no motion, they can't save them, but I'm keep it pushing. My mind it only tends to that paper. I follow rules and guidelines that be making me greater. I come from a cloth, I gotta give props to my maker. Translation, gotta thank God, that's my creator. I'ma see you later. Play with piranhas, I eat with gators, better tighten up. I'm the brother, not here for the saving. I'm not trying to persuade you, I'm only here for the banging. All I hear is PA cats acting like this and that. But all these PA cats really a split your cap. Better know where you at, get used to your atmosphere. I don't know no LeBron, but I run with some Cavaliers. Look, I got a story to tell, homie, so grab a chair. We with the bull, brother, we bout it, bringing that action here. It's for my gang, getting that work, breaking the fraction here. Loyalty and discipline, your team really be lacking there. Which way you wanna go? How you feeling, dog? I be in the woods, poking nose, be my dealing dogs. I'ma bring the ruckus, let it bang to the ceiling floor. Brothers better really think twice before they get involved. I'm a G, I duck from nobody. Who you kidding, dog? I'ma throw it up, that bird gang. I be dripping, dog. Fighting cases, federal indictments. How we living, dog? From the hood to the woods, this lifestyle is different, dog.
Which way you wanna go? How you feeling, dog? I be in the woods, poking nose, be my dealing dogs.
Brothers better really think twice before they get involved. I'm a G, I duck from nobody. Who you killing, dog? I'ma throw it up, that bird gang. I be dripping, dog. Fighting cases, federal indictments. How we living, dog? From the hood to the woods, this lifestyle is different, dog.
Team, no team.
This beat is crazy.
Salute from the hood to the woods. My bad, man. This damn shit that fucked up my laptop, man. Videos all fucked up. I hope these shits, hope it's not like this. But tonight, man. Let's tell you the struggles. Salute though. Yummy, salute, Team Taurus in the building. KO is back, salute. What's good, y'all? Hold on, let me see what's going on here. 1 second. I tell you, this computer stuff, I know nothing about it. I'm learning, I guess. difficult way. All this fear, love, and war. That's a fact. That's a fact, Yummy. Thanks for reminding me, man. I'm back here wrestling with this video, wondering why it's freezing up. I forgot all about the topic. Salute, salute, salute. All's fair in love and war is a thin line between love and hate. When you put those two together, it's a recipe for disaster. Salute, salute, salute to those from behind the bushes. Salute. Appreciate you. You don't got to come out, if you ever feel comfortable. We here every day, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m., God willing. But yeah, it gets deep like that. All's fair in love and war. It's a thin line between love and hate. Those things go together, man. It's like that's like a recipe for destruction. That's why you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful who you love. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you got hate. Sometimes people hate you because they think they could never. You'll never love them. Like they could never get to They think they could never get a certain affection or attention from you. That so instead of trying to get that love from you and all that, they rather get hate. It's something. It's an emotion. So all fear and love and war. These things is emotional things, and when emotions get into play, what you think is right, it's logical, and what you think should be, that's not the case. So that's why when you get yourself involved in love or war, you know what I'm saying, you gotta know you gotta know what you're getting yourself into. You can't just jump into it. You gotta do your recon, all that type of stuff, man. Study and all that. See me, I'm a Taurus, so I'll be running straight in, like you know what I'm saying. Like I run straight in, no plan and all that. But praises to the Most High. He blessed me, to make it through this far, and I got like a gift of thinking like you know what I'm saying, off the cuff, like it's like if I think about stuff too, it's good to think, sit back, strategize, but I don't know. Everybody not the same, but the best thing is to do is sit back and strategize and all that. For me, sometimes I see things like 2-3 steps ahead. So when I run in and I'm moving, if somebody is not planning 3 steps ahead, then I possibly got a chance. Because most people plan on 1 step ahead, 2 steps ahead. Like they got a plan A, a plan B. You know what I'm saying? Or a backup plan. You know what I'm saying? Me, I try to have a backup plan or backup plan. You feel me? In my mind, it moves fast. So when it go down, my mind just adapts. But everybody not the same, man. And if I did take my time, I think I would be even more dangerous But I'm not trying to be dangerous anymore. If I do take my time, maybe I can be more effective in what I'm doing. But anyway, man, enough about me. It's a thin line between love and hate. So a lot of times, friends become enemies, and enemies become friends. So you just got to be careful of um, who you deal with. And your signs. There's always signs. You can read signs. Look for the signs. Don't ignore them. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find. And I'm not gonna say it's not a lot of genuine people in this world, but it's hard to find genuine people because everybody got up their defense. Even genuine people, because genuine people is the ones who get hurt the most and take advantage of the most. Until they, some people get turned. Like some people start off genuine and get turned. The world sometimes, man. We point at the world and for an excuse for us to, get out of pocket or act a certain way, but these are excuses. These are excuses you look for. You know what I'm saying? Like some people look for excuses to do the right thing instead of the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Me, I try to look for excuses to do the right thing, but I naturally look for excuses to do the wrong thing. So it's easy to blame somebody else for what I do or something for what I do. But at the end of the day, if that happened or it didn't happen, I still decided to do this. The final decision is always mine. So we start taking responsibility, man, for our actions. We can pass. That's a good attribute to pass down. And sometimes, man, love and war or love and hate. When you got a certain, when you got a certain standard about yourself, uh, even two enemies is a respect, is a code there. There's a code in love and war, but all's fair. If that makes any sense. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you may follow the code, but most people don't. Because you got to remember, in anything, it's always when you meet somebody, if it's a female male friendship, it's always a discussion to terms of friendship and things of that nature. What you like, they don't like. What you don't do, they do. You don't hang out with, you don't hang out over there. I'm not with that, you with that. Then y'all decide, okay, with all of these things, we still can hang out and be friends. You feel what I'm saying? But down the line, as friends, and y'all sat down and y'all made this unspoken agreement. If someone breaks that, even if the other one doesn't say anything, that, you know what I'm saying, that is something, that's breaking a code. You feel what I'm saying? So if you speaking to somebody, you meet somebody, y'all become friends and all of that. Sometimes you meet somebody and you don't really know them. You don't know you're gonna become friends. So you tell people anything, whatever. You don't know these people. But when y'all start developing a bond, you feel me? You should tell these people, listen, I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm letting you know this because I feel like I want to fuck with you and all that. Like we're gonna be friends and all of that. And if you can't deal with how I am, then we can't be real friends. We can continue as just being associates and things of that nature. And that person might be like, nah, I ain't know you was like that. I ain't with that. But if that person does the same and maybe they lying to you, they gaming you, they gassing you. At the end of the day, you gotta be you and you still got to stand on what you said. You just leave them people alone. But if you're gonna be stand up with your word and you're gonna be genuine, don't let what somebody else do. Don't stoop to people's levels, man. But all is fair in love and war. And as far as females, I don't have nothing to like. Male men and women say things to each other and all that, and they may believe them at times. But sometimes when emotions and things of that nature get involved, logic and all that stuff be out the door. So you just got to be real careful about anyone you deal with, especially females, because you got to remember when you're with a female, that's the closest thing to you, especially if it's gonna be this gonna be your female, exclusive. That's the closest thing. Ain't no other being ever been that close. You feel what I'm saying? No, nothing could get as close together as a man and a woman. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about physically. I'm not even talking. I'm talking about physically. Like, so when you get that close physically, man, like things come out, things trust, things are said in trust, and things like that. Sometimes you have a fallout, things come out, and this party there hold it down, and this yeah, like you gotta. This is a gamble you got to take. So that's why I say you got to be careful who you choose to. If you get signs, you know what I'm saying. Take those signs. Because when it comes to the affairs of the heart, Lord knows. Only you know. Only the person knows. And sometimes you don't even know. You're confused. So you go. Some people seek out help and they want to hear what other people think. But at the end of the day, somebody could give you advice from their point of view of what they went through, but they don't understand exactly what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as now, I'm gonna put all this other stuff to the side, man, and speak on, because I hear a lot of things about people talk about, in the streets and rules and things of that nature. Feel like with the situation, it's outrageous. Don't get me wrong, I don't co-sign that. I believe, you know, old boy should have been dealt with in the streets and all that. But, the one who was shooting with the kids there over the kids and all that. But at the end of the day, man, war, love and war, all's fair, love and war, that type of stuff, man. Like, so you never know what's going on, man. Like, you never know. So people be outraged that, some people be outraged when they see, acts of war and violence and things of that nature, and they like to call people this and that and monsters and all that. But like I said, man, it's easy to point the finger if you're not uh, affected by it or within it, because man, you never know what you're gonna do. You know, never know what you're gonna do, man. And if you do something and you have a justification for it in your mind, and you think you did this for a right reason, that don't mean everybody believe that. So that man probably in his mind somehow probably felt like he was justified in doing that. You know? But I don't, there's a lot of things that's crazy in this world, man. But yeah, man, babies, the gun violence. Like, I'm conflicted with things like that. I would love to, get all the guns off the street. But then you leaving people without the capability of defending themselves. Like, you got the right to bear arms for both foreign and domestic. And that law was written in for a reason, because that means if the government ever decide that they're going to try to, become a dictatorship, is written in our law that we can take up arms and defend our home. Feel me? To defend against, threats, both foreign and domestic. Feel me? So, they take away all our weapons, then, it's I don't know, man. It's not cut and dry. Some people see things cut and dry because they live a certain type of life and they believe it's gonna be like this forever. But you got to remember, man, they had revolutionary wars and civil wars. These things, just because it's in the past doesn't mean it can't happen again. These things happen all over the world. This country is not that old. It's one of the newest, youngest countries in the world. People think things are gonna be a certain way forever. We help these people create laws. So when the time comes when they want to start putting people in these detention centers and taking away people's rights, we already signed it. We signed for these Patriot Acts and all of that. We ain't signed it for the event, for the occasion. We signed, that's forever. So they be getting us to sign these bills and all of that. That's forever. Then they use them on us. And I know, because that's what they do to my people. They use us to pass these laws. People be on their side. Then they start doing it to y'all. And then people start protesting. You know what I'm saying? That's the world we live in, man. Proceed with caution. That's a fact, Yubby. That's a fact. You gotta be careful, Yubby. You're a good person. You know what I'm saying? Watch out, man. These motherfuckers out here. Swag, man. Like I said, man, these ain't my times no more. I'm older, man. Like, they say a lot of things about my generation and all that. Yeah, we was misguided. We was savage. We was this and that. But we had codes, man. We still had codes, man. We the last of the ones with codes and things of that nature, man. When I got to the age where those codes was no longer valid, I held on to the most of them that I can. I ain't gonna say I ain't break some of those codes, but the most important ones I held on to. But some of those codes we used to have, the times was different, and I felt funny when I first, did these things. But with the older people that understand that gave us these codes, that times was different. Times was different, man. Life wasn't as fast, and you know what I'm saying. Things wasn't as accessible, and the same information they had. We had more. So like, I understand these newer generations, man. Like, it's not the same, so some of our codes don't apply. The streets not the same. People not the same. People with people one is not the same. Like, we didn't, like, with hip hop, we didn't get into that to get rich, because when we got into it, people wasn't getting rich yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first people who was playing basketball in the NBA, NFL, the major leagues, they was trying to just get in there because they didn't let black people in there. You feel what I'm saying? But they wasn't making money. They were still having to going through the back door and eat somewhere else and do all of that stuff. They didn't get into it for the money. So, I remember the time, a lot of these youngins is born in a time where you get into things for money, boxing and all that, baseball, you get into it for money. Even before you born, your parents like, yeah, I'm gonna try to get this boy in the NBA or something like that. When we was growing up, man, it was the last of things that people got into that wasn't for the money. You feel me? That's why you see me here on this social media, my work ethic, you know, other people can make money off of my work ethic. They try it all the time. They can't understand how I could do these things. How I could just be doing things. Oh, they're not paying you? Oh, this is all I always hear. They don't understand where I come from. I come from a different time. It wasn't about no money. You know what I'm saying? The nigga on the block, he wasn't the nigga because he had the most money. The niggas with the money respected the real nigga on the block, the stand-up nigga. The nigga that kept the block respectable. The nigga who kept the savages off the block. The niggas who kept the family safe. The niggas who do little barbecues and basketball tournaments and things of that nature, but can handle that business. You know what I'm saying? So nobody outsiders can come in and try to do that. A lot of them is gone, man, locked up, dead, families. So, we ain't really have. I had OGs when I was younger, but when I got, when I started hitting on 15, 16, like, I ain't really have either. I was just rolling with older niggas, man. Like, older niggas in their 20s, shit like that. I ain't really had no OGs, man. Times, I remember the OGs I had when I was younger. I was born in the generation where it changed from one thing to the other, man. You was caught in the middle, jump right over. That's why you see the same people who was rapping when I was young is the same people rapping now, the same old niggas. The old niggas is young niggas, and the niggas in between got skipped right over my generation. The niggas that was doing shit for free, holding niggas down, taking them charges, being security. You feel me? All that type of shit. That motherfuckers get paid for that. There's a lot of motherfuckers still locked up now. Niggas is dead and all that for trying to hold down some industry, some rappers and shit. Some rappers can look like gangsters and shit. This shit crazy, man. But what can you do? What can you do? All you can do is live, man. Survive till your time comes. Do the best you could, man. Do, like they say, shout out to Dollar Bill, man, the peacemakers. Like you say, you can't change the world. You might not can change the world, but you can make a difference. I always say, man, I used to think, how much could I get out this world before I leave this planet? And now I think, how much could I get before I leave this planet? Because, you can't take it with you. You can spend your whole life collecting a bunch of stuff. But when you die, it becomes garbage and people take it. So why not, give it before you go? Control your destiny. But yeah, man. Salute for reminding me, all's fair in love and war, man. Like I tell a lot of people, they don't understand this, but I was born into a war. It damn sure ain't fair. But hey, bad is good, the good is bad. When you're wrong, do what the wrong niggas do. Hopefully these videos don't freeze. Let me try one out. Nah, I'll try one out. Nah, I can't try one out, man. Let me see if I can try something. Let me see. I hope this video will freeze. Hold on. Put some.
To wrench.
They make them blue jacket. What's a blue jacket? A blue jacket is someone on a live stream that has a little wrench, and it's a moderator wrench, and they have the authority to leap and or hide someone on.
Yeah, was that freezing? It looked like it was freezing. I hope it wasn't. I can't see over here. It played good, but when I look at it on the phone, it be freezing up. It's good? All right. Oh, that's a dope. Yo, where y'all be getting these avatars from, man? That's dope. I like that. All right. Should be ready then. All right. Oh yeah, I seen that joint the brother did with the Gullah. I'm telling you, man, you see Gullah Geechee, like Low Water Geechee, you know, that's my family, man. And when people don't be understanding, they keep saying, you know, the African slaves and the Native Americans, like they keep like separating people, man. Like they don't even understand, man. This 1776 is when black chattel slavery was created. So during the Gullah Wars, before the Revolutionary War, before 1776, they were free blacks. So yeah, man. So you know, people. But salute to the brother. Man. Salute to the brother. I would love to do something on that with the brother. But it was dope. I like how you put that together. I was watching that doc. It was interesting. But that's the textbook perspective being told by the colonizers and all that. So these are the same people who classified natives and Africans as black. You feel what I'm saying? So these are the same people. So and this is before the classification. So when they telling the story and they saying these are the escaped black African slaves and these are the Native Americans, they couldn't tell the difference. And the people who was calling these people escaped African slaves and black Native American, and Native Americans, they wasn't there at the time. This wasn't written at that time. This was written later on by and interpreted by people who wasn't even here yet. See what I'm saying? So yeah, man. You got to talk to them Gullah people. You got to go down there. Gullah is named after a Native American tribe. But when you say Native American tribe, you got to remember these are names they gave these people. You know what I'm saying? Like low water Geechee. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are called Creek Indians. But what they talking about is the Creek. Like the river, the creek. So they just naming these people after where they lived at. You feel what I'm saying? So that's not really the name of these people. But anyway, that was dope, man. Salute to the young brother, man. Keep doing your research. Yeah, man. People just gotta go down south, man, and talk to them people down there. Y'all gotta go down south, back in the back of them woods. saying? I can't go to the people who's educated. They already been taught what the school taught them. They don't listen to their folk. They don't listen to the old stories, passed down in their family. You know what I'm saying? They want to come back. They want to come back and tell their folk, oh, you ain't got no Indian. You from Africa. Like, who are you? You a kid. You was a kid. You wasn't even born yet. Your folk trying to tell you something. You telling them something you learned from school, from the colonizer. It's backwards world, man. Salute. Salute. All right, man. Let me get out of here. Y'all know I'll see y'all on the other side. It's been a pleasure, man. I always appreciate coming over here. Salute to everybody in the background, man. I appreciate y'all. 7 p.m. from the hood to the woods every day, God willing. Salute to the mods. Salute to Yummy. Salute to KO. Salute to everybody. Salute y'all.